It's 2015. You feel scared, dirty, and alone. You're a Syrian refugee on your way to Europe. You're one of 4.8 million people trying to escape the violence of your home country since the civil war began. You're one of 1 million people trying to swim to Europe, and you see 4,000 people drown. And to make it even worse, you're a child. Those who survive eventually arrive to Keleti railway station in Hungary, where they're waiting for Germany to decide their fate. And overnight, in a momentous decision, German government does open up its borders. So you're bussed out of Hungary, you're getting to Vienna, Austria, and in September 2015, 300,000 refugees arrived to Vienna. Now at the time, I lived not far from the city center. I work in a high-profile international law firm. I love my job, I do it well. And I'm on my way to work one morning, commuting deep in my thoughts, vaguely aware of the crowds around me. And suddenly, the world stops. And I'm hiding in a corner of a railway station, sobbing, feeling the pain wave build up, and I know I need to stop it because it's 15 minutes to my meeting, and if I don't, I'm not gonna make it, and I have to make this meeting. So I breathe, and I intercept it. Half an hour later, I am in my meeting. I'm calm and composed. And my client is getting the best service they can. I close the meeting with a firm handshake, and you could not tell. Most people don't know. But the reason why I knew how the Syrian refugees felt is because I was a refugee too. And my home was burned down by Serbian aggression forces in conflict that is today known as the bloodiest genocide on European soil after the Holocaust, that led to 1995 Srebrenica massacre, where 8,000 of Bosnian boys and men were found dismembered and brutally killed. We did not see it coming. I certainly didn't. I was a lucky 6-year-old, and I lived in Dobo in the north of Bosnia, which is very hilly, and in a residential area where I lived, there were many families with children of my age. So we played together. And I remember one of our favorite activities was catching fireflies. So we borrowed glass jars from our mom, and if you caught quite a few, it looked magical, like a potion. And I remember catching 2 one evening, and it was such a big deal, it was not easy to catch 2. And I was running back home to show it to my mom because I was excited, and I'm a kid and I want to show it to my mom, when I heard the first siren. The sound was completely overpowering. And all the other kids got scared, so I got scared, and I was crying. And I remember I missed a step between the 2 buildings, and I started falling. And I was trying to hold on to this jar because it has 2 fireflies, and I really want to show them to my mom. But I fell down, and it broke into 1 million pieces. And little did I know that my life was about to break into 1 million pieces too. As the conflict worsened, my family decided that we need to leave Bosnia. We found a refugee camp that would have me. It was on the border with Croatia. But I could not go there with my parents. You see, I come from a family of mixed nationalities. My dad is a Serbian Orthodox. My mom is a daughter of a Croatian Catholic and a Bosnian Muslim. So I was a Yugoslav, but overnight, those nations became enemies. And overnight, there wasn't a single refugee camp in either Croatia or Bosnia that would have both me and my parents together. So they sent me off with my grandfather, who had the most convenient Croatian surname and a bloodline. I remember I had to say bye to my parents. And I looked through the car window, trying to keep the sight for as long as I could, because I did not know when I can see them again or whether I ever will. I arrived at a refugee camp, stayed there for a year with my grandfather, thinking, I must be the worst person in the world. Because in a child's mind, if something bad has happened to you, that is because you are bad. Why else would people leave you? I completely lacked as a human being. Luckily, not everyone thought so. So for my first birthday in a refugee camp, I got a gift from a friend that I made. It was a pink pony, and I was really happy because as we packed in a hurry to get to refugee camp, I did not get to take any of my toys. And as a kid, you kind of think about these things. You suddenly don't have any toys. So for my birthday, I got this pink pony, and I held it tight. And I was so happy to have something on a pillow next to me. A year later, my mom joined us in a refugee camp. She found a job and a house that Red Cross helped finance in the north of Croatia, and she wanted to take us with her. But how could I trust her? She left me all alone. Why would I ever go anywhere with her again? So confused with these feelings and where I belong and who I should be, I did go to Koprivnica, which is where we moved. And children there were cruel. They called me derogatory names for people of Bosnian origin. And one day, as I was walking back home, I found our street covered with large graffiti saying, "Bosnian horse, go back where you came from." And I remember I wanted to find a bucket of water so I can wash it off before my family had seen it. And I wanted to protect them somehow. If I couldn't protect anyone else, maybe I can save them. But as I got home and I saw my grandmother cry, I could tell I was too late. A couple of months later, we did go back to Bosnia, and there was nothing left. In a space where you used to have your house, there are just ruins and despair. There is shattered glass and shattered bricks, and on top of that, shattered hope that I will ever make it home again. And my grandfather was beside me. He was a great chess player. And when I was a child, he tried to teach me how to play chess. So as a child, I always had this sense of wonder and mystery about the chess figures. And that's what I was thinking about as I was walking through the ruins. And every now and then, you would see a small chess figure drowning under the glass and bricks. And I wanted to grab it and save it, to save one part of my life, one. My mom saw me dig through the ruins. She scolded me, told me there is no space for that. Something inside me was breaking. And I didn't have the words yet, but an instinct. Animal instincts took over. This? You think this is what I will become? This? Crying mess of a refugee girl on the ruins of her life? This? No. No. So I went back to Croatia. I learned Croatian. You could not tell that I was Bosnian. Next few years, I worked hard, and I got straight A's. My family was proud of me. Kids stopped avoiding me. That was great. And a couple of years later, I got a full scholarship to go to Harvard. I was the first in my family to go to college, let alone Harvard. I could not believe they would have me. I got there, and people that I met there, they're incredible and kind and smart. And for a while, I felt safe. And I thought, I made it. I won. I overwrote my history. It did not happen, not to me. Until 5 years later, I'm sobbing on a railway station in Vienna, and I'm still trying to grab the chess pieces of my life, and I'm still trying to save the firewise that broke. It took me a complete breakdown to tell you what I'm here to tell you tonight. I fought so hard to delete the parts of my past that would portray me as a tragic character. I didn't want to be that. So I fought hard, and when it was hard, I fought harder. But I was wrong all along, because I was never supposed to fight that. You see, tragedies happen, but they cannot make us tragic characters. The choice of who we are comes from within, and it cannot be taken away from you. In your lives, many of you had devastating moments. And I'm sure for a second you thought, this is because I deserved it. This is because I lack as a human being. This is a judgment of who I am or of who I can become. That is a lie. Tragedies mean nothing. The choice still stays with you. According to 2016 UN Refugee Agency reports, there are currently 65 million refugees in the world. Every day, 34,000 people are forcibly displaced from their homes due to persecution or conflict. And these numbers don't even include people like me. I'm not considered that, even though I still carry the scars. Which means that in all likelihood, someone in your close circle is someone like me, but you could not tell. We wouldn't tell you. We don't want to be tragic characters. Today's world is in dire need of kindness and compassion. And because of that, I want to finish this story with a call to all of you. Give kindness to each other and give it to yourselves.